All roads lead right back to Warner Park this summer, as the Chucks will start it and end it in the exact same ballpark, as we are back in Warner Park for the sixth time for Game 72 of this summer season, and this is where the season will end for Wausau today, as they look to finish off with one last win to end with an overall record of 36-36. Will Charlton here with you for one last time on the Woodchucks Baseball Network this season, as Wausau is hoping to bounce back from a 7-2 loss last night against Madison. They still can clinch the season series against the Mallards with a win in this game today. They are 2-3 here at Warner Park coming into this game. Lost last time here 4-2, as it was a two-game split down here. The last two before last night's game, these two faced off. It was a 14-6 win for the Chucks, and then, like I mentioned, a 4-2 win the next night for the Madison Mallards, who last night clinched the Great Lakes half-second West title. They'll be taking on Green Bay starting in that playoff series tomorrow. That game is going to take place right here for Game 1. Then the second and then potential third will take place at Capital Credit Union Park in Ashwaubenon. But the Chucks are looking to pick up one more win. They're going to try and do it with this batting order tonight of Mike Adair, Dwight Allen, Mike McGinnis, Trent Van Ness, Ryan Blanchard, Matt McGann, Chase Muir, Evan Funkhauser, and Jacob Boos. And they're facing off against the Mallards, left-hander from Pomona Pitzer from Berkeley, California. It's Jake Hilton, who is coming on for the 8th time, starting his 6th game with a 4.5 ERA, a 1-2 record. In 26 innings pitched, has thrown 30 strikeouts, has allowed 13 hits, 16 walks, 13 runs all earned, has an opposing batting average of just 153 and a walks and hits per innings pitched of 1.12. Ball one thrown to Adair, who fouls off a fastball, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Supposed to be a sold-out crowd of near 6,700 here tonight at Warner Park. As this is, of course, the last regular season game for each of these two squads. For Madison, it is game 71. They had one game get completely canceled. That was against Kalamazoo. And the Woodchucks will play all 72 that were scheduled to be played this season, whether they got moved or not. 2-1 to the Dayton Flyer, Mike Adair. And he fouls it off. He comes in to this game with a 23-game on-base streak that dates back all the way to June 8th in his first stint with Wausau. He also was 2 for 5 last night in the 7-2 loss, and he picked up his first triple as a Woodchuck, as well as hits number 27 and 28, which include that triple, as that breaking ball misses inside from the left-handed throwing Jake Hilton, who was facing off against Wausau for the first time. We'll talk about what he did last time out in just a moment here. But Adair now playing and starting his 33rd game, batting .248, the DH for the Woodchucks. Payoff pitch is going to miss high and outside from Jake Hilton. That's a leadoff walk to Adair. And the Woodchucks start off with a base runner. The Madison Mallards on defense, this is how they line it up tonight. In the outfield from left to right, it's Kyle Schrodel, Liam Moreno, Alex Harrell. In the infield on the corners, Keenan Taylor at third base, Chad McCann at first. Up the middle, you got Jake Schaffner and Matt Torres, shortstop and second base respectively. Behind the dish is once again David Melfi like last night. And on the mound, like we've talked about, Jake Hilton. As Mike Adair will finish the season with an on-base streak of 24 games as he led off with that walk. Umpiring crew tonight, Caleb Kador behind the plate, Philip John Louis at third base, and Brandon Smith at first. Rotating clockwise from what they were position-wise last night. So now with Adair on first, and the umpire congregation concluded, that brings up Dwight Allen, who is now playing in his 14th game, starting his 13th with a .300 batting average. Although last night he was 0 for 3, that ended a 9-game hit streak. He takes strike one from Hilton. 15 hits for Allen. He averages over 1 per game he plays in. 0-1 is going to be swung above the fastball for strike two. 0-2 now between Hilton and Dwight Allen. A part of his 15 hits are 3 doubles. He's also driven in 7 runs, scored 12, walked 9 times, and has stolen 7 bases and has an on-base percentage of .417. 0-2 to Dwight Allen. Is going to be hit on a line into right field, and making the grab is Alex Harrell. Tried to push it. Did Allen, got protective, but instead, that is out number 1 on the board for Wausau here in the first. That brings up Mike McGinnis, who is going to be who's going to be crowned Mr. Woodchuck for this season. He's now playing his 58th game and starting his 54th. So Mike McGinnis has been an Iron Man for Wausau this entire season. And here he is playing in the last game. Fun fact, he was playing third base in the opener here against the Mallards, and now he's playing left field to close off the season. He has seen every player that has played for Wausau come through the doors of Athletic Park. Whether first half, second half, temporary, you name it. He has seen every other player that has played for the Woodchucks this summer. And he has seen the ups and downs of this entire season with the Woodchucks. He comes in batting .242 with 50 hits, 6 doubles, 4 home runs, and 29 walks. 1-1 from Hilton. Adair is off to second, and McGinnis puts one in the air. It's into deep left field, and it has gone off the wall. McGinnis is going to be heading for second, and that will be a stand-up double. And Adair, who rounded the corner hot at third, had to get back just in time to avoid being thrown out on the rally. But that was a well-hit ball by McGinnis. Just missed a home run. I was telling acting field manager Ross Davis that I really thought McGinnis had one left in the tank. And he starts off the game with a double that has runners now at second and third for the Chucks here in the first. So McGinnis picks up his 7th double and 51st hit. That brings up Trent Van Ness. That one's in the dirt and is just stopped by Melfi. That gets behind him. That Adair is coming home. Trent Van Ness, the UW-Stevens Point pointer, who is playing now in his 15th game and starting that as well. He's batting .192, has 10 hits, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in, 7 walks, 7 runs scored. Has 3 stolen bases and a .404 slugging percentage. He was over 3 last night against Madison. As Jake Hilton misses high for ball 2 with an off-speed. Last time out for Hilton was 4 full innings of work against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, where he walked 6 and struck out 6, nothing else. That is a stat line and a half right there. Season high strikeouts for Hilton came against Traverse City in 3 full on July 16th. He struck out 5. And those 6 walks were the most he has allowed in an outing this season, as looks like Madison's going to intentionally walk Trent Van Ness with a 3-0 count. So that'll load the bases for Wausau with only 1 out. And coming to the plate is Ryan Blanchard, who has been hitting the ball very well recently. Has 6 hits in his last 6 games he's played in. And comes to his 15th game played and 13th or 14th start rather. The .216 batting average, 8 hits, a double, a home run, 5 runs batted in, 15 walks, 11 runs, 3 stolen bases, and a .463 on base percentage. Last night was 1 for 3, was walked and then hit a single in the 3rd inning. The Woodchucks got on top early, 2-0 off Andrew Jimenez's 2 RBI double in the first, but would not score the rest of the way. Madison scored 7 unanswered after the hour and 52-minute rain delay that completely ruined the vibe of the final game of Athletic Park. It was a real shame to see the final game of Athletic Park get spoiled like that. It was supposed to be a fun Firework Friday. It was going to be the biggest crowd of the season, but rain just had to say no thanks. At least he didn't have to play 2 today, though. That's always a good thing, especially when it was the last home game of the season. 1-1 to Ryan Blanchard. And that'll catch the bottom of the strikes on the fastball. 1-2 count now. Ryan Blanchard, the Feather River College product, transferring to Cal State Chico for his junior year in college. 1-2 from Hilton. And Blanchard puts it in the air. This could be the first scored run for the Woodchucks. Adair is going to tag up. Oh, no, he won't. He will not tag up. So Alex Harrell catches the fly ball in right field, and Adair decides to not come home. Was not deep enough to try and make the trek home. So that is out number 2. As Wausau struggled with runners on scoring or runners on base yesterday, left bases loaded stranded twice in last night's game, as well as 10 left on overall. So they're hoping to avoid leaving bases loaded stranded once again against the Mallards in this series. As Matt McGann, the catcher from Albion College, who is catching his 5th straight game, or at least in his 5th straight game now. He's playing his 22nd and starting his 20th. Comes in batting .222 with 14 hits, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. He's already down 0-2, though, to Jake Hilton. Has been walked 5 times, scored a couple of runs, stolen a base, and like mentioned, 0 for 4 last night against Madison. 0-2 from Hilton to McGann. He goes right at him, and he forces a strikeout as McGann is late to the fastball. So Wausau does leave bases loaded stranded, and they will not score any runs here in the top of the first. We'll introduce the Woodchucks defense when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Woodchucks have taken the field on defense. Let's introduce how the Chucks are going to face off against the Mallard Bats tonight. In the outfield from left to right, Mike McGinnis, Dwight Allen, Trent Van Ness on the corners in the infield. Ryan Blanchard at third, Chase Mira at first base. Up the middle, you got Evan Funkhauser at shortstop. Jacob Boos at second base behind the dish. Matt McGann once again. And on the mound is the right-hander from Little Elm, Texas. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboy, Dominic Reed, who is starting for the third time rather, making his 12th overall appearance. Comes with an ERA of 4.01, an 0-3 record with a 1.16 walks and hits per innings pitch rate. Has gone 33 2/3 on the mound. Has struck out 33, allowed 26 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned. Has walked 13, and has an opposing batting average of 208. Last time out was against Lakeshore, who went 1-2-3 in the ninth, struck out a couple. And that 14-1 loss on Thursday night, as his first pitch misses inside and low to the leadoff man for the Madison Mallards, Jake Schaffner. And after Schaffner, it's Matt Torres, Alex Harrell, Keenan Taylor, Kenyon Brown, Liam Moreno, Chad McCann, Kyle Schrodel, and David Melfi. 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball by Dominic Reed. Facing off against Madison for the first time this season. Has seen a lot of Wisconsin Rapids and a lot of Lakeshore, as well as a lot of Fond du Lac. But his last start, he picked up a no decision against the Rafters. Went 5 full, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He picks up a quick strikeout of Schaffner for out number 1 here in the first. As Schaffner swings through. And like I was saying, last time he started, the only 3 runs he allowed, they were off a 3-run home run by Ty Johnson. In fact, you have to go back to his last couple of starts, as the only runs he has allowed in his last couple of starts have both been home runs by the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. As Matt Torres will start off the inning with a hit for the Mallards. He gets on base. Singles between Blanchard and Funkhauser. Matt Torres, a guy who had 1 hit in 3 games played, now picks up his second. Was 1 for 2 last time out against the Dock Spiders 6 days ago. As that brings up Alex Harrell, who comes in one of the hottest hitters in the entire Northwoods League, the product of Arkansas State University Mountain Home from Paragould, Arkansas. Alex Harrell, who last night was 1 for 3, doubled in the 6th. That was his 8th double already. As the 1-0 is a fastball for strike 1. He was also walked and hit by a pitch, as well as scored a run. Comes into his 12th game, batting .450 with 18 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. My apologies, that was his 7th double yesterday. Sold him a little too high there. He also has 9 RBIs, 11 walks, 11 runs, a slugging percentage of .825, and an on-base percentage of .585. 2-1 from Reed. 2-seam fastball misses low. (3-1). As Alex Harrell is looking to be another base runner here for the Mallards in the first. 3-1. That's going to miss low and inside. And that'll be a walk allowed by Dominic Reed. So that'll bring up Keenan Taylor, the Purdue Boilermaker from Westfield, Indiana. Keenan Taylor, he's playing in his 43rd game, batting .241. As the off-speed misses outside from Dominic Reed. He has 39 hits, 1 away from his 40th on the season, has 3 doubles, 4 home runs, 19 RBI, 16 walks, 32 runs for Taylor. 1-0 is going to be fouled off over the grandstand here at Warner Park. Last night, Keenan Taylor was the DH for Madison. He was 0 for 4 with an RBI. That ended his 6-game hit streak after coming in with a 3 for 5 night against Wisconsin Rapids in the 11-3 win on Thursday. And he'll foul off the 1-2 off speed, or 1-1 off speed, rather. Taylor's playing third base in this one. So back in the infield after last night. As Reed is looking for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. Ross Davis said he's going to let him go as long as he can go tonight. Changeup misses low for ball 2. Dominic Reed, his longest outing of the season was 5 1/3 against Kokomo in a relief appearance where he struck out 8, only allowing 2 hits, 2 runs that were not earned, and walking 2. Those 8 strikeouts were his season high. 2-2. That's going to hit the inside shoulder of Taylor. Bases are loaded with only 1 out here in the first. A single by Torres, a walk to Harrell, now a hit by pitch to Keenan Taylor for 1-2 count. We'll bring up Canyon Brown, who hit a home run his last game he played in against Wisconsin Rapids here. As Matt McGann's going to go out to the pitching mound and talk it over with Dominic Reed, who, like mentioned, only pitched a couple of nights ago. Canyon Brown, the North Carolina A&T catcher, was 2 for 4 against Wisconsin Rapids the other night. Hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Also picked up another RBI later in the game. Was also hit by a pitch and scored a run, of course, because of the home run. And he's on a 7-game on-base streak. He is the DH for Madison in this game. Native of Ormond Beach, Florida. As Dominic Reed had himself in a little jam here, Madison has a chance to get on the board early. As he misses fastball low and outside. The Woodchucks had bases loaded with 1 out. And now the Mallards do here in the first inning as well. So let's see if both sides leave bases loaded stranded. As Brown swings through the fastball on the 1-0. That's now a 1-1 count. Canyon Brown, who was named a postseason All-Star for the Madison Mallards. He's playing in his 40th game, batting .283, 41 hits, 9 doubles, 2 home runs, 26 RBIs as he'll foul off the 1-2 off speed by Reed. Has 26 RBIs, 20 walks, 22 runs, and an on-base percentage of .388. Also has 6 stolen bases, which definitely is rare to say for a catcher. 1-2. That's going to be a strikeout from Reed on a breaking ball. That's a big one. Second strikeout in the inning for Dominic, as he looks to leave bases loaded stranded for the Mallards, with Liam Moreno, the center fielder from nearby Sun Prairie, coming to the plate. Product of the State College of Florida. Moreno was playing right field last night for Madison as he puts the first pitch on the ground over to third base. It was foul. Forgot to mention that. That's the most important thing. It was foul. So 0-1 to Moreno. Third summer with the Mallards for Moreno. As the 0-1 changeup misses high. Moreno was batting in the 6th spot yesterday, now also batting in the 6th spot today. Picked up a couple of singles as well as a fielder's choices. That one is going to get into center field. That's going to score a couple for Madison more than likely. And yes, it will. That's going to be a 2 RBI single for Liam Moreno, and that's his 3rd hit now in these past couple of games. So one side does take advantage of the fact they had bases loaded stranded. Or bases loaded with only 1 out, I should say. So Madison gets up early 2-0. So now each home team has gotten up early in these past couple of games. So maybe it's a good sign for Wausau. Guess we'll find out as the game progresses, as Reed goes breaking ball strike one to Chad McCann, the first baseman once again. The product of Campbellsville University from Panama City, Florida. Chad McCann, who has mostly been a pitcher this season for the Mallards. Last summer with Madison was mostly a position player, as he hits one into foul territory and will not be caught by Chase Muir at first base. Goes into the Woodchucks, I guess, bullpen area, you'd call it. Chad McCann, couple of hits last night. 2 for 5. Doubled in the third. That was an RBI double, part of the 4-run third inning for Madison. Also singled his last time up in the ninth. 0-2 from Reed is going to miss in the dirt. Good pickup by McGann, who will try back to second. And off to third is going to be Keenan Taylor off an error. McGann tried to throw over to second to hold Taylor, but the throw gets away from Boos, who was covering the bag. And now Taylor is off to third. So runners on the corners with a 1-2 count to Chad McCann. The pitch, 1-2, fastball, strike three, catches the outer edge. That'll be a strikeout of the side in the inning for Reed, but he does allow a couple of runs thanks to the 2 RBI single by Liam Moreno. And Madison leads it 2-0 after 1 here at Warner Park. We'll be back for the second on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Just about time for the top of the second inning here from Warner Park on this final day of the Northwoods League regular season. August 12th has come upon us, a day at the start of the season when I first came here to Warner Park that seemed in the very distant future. But of course, over these 72 games that I have called this summer, feel like I have gotten a little bit better with every single one. And that is what matters the most. It's all developmental here in the Northwoods League, whether you're an announcer, a player, a coach, umpire. It's what it's all about. As the Mallards and Jake Hilton are back out there on defense, and making his first appearance as a batter this season is going to be Chase Muir, who has only come in to pitch a couple of times for the Woodchucks. He started a couple of games. The native of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. who is transferring to Barry University from University of Fort Lauderdale. He's playing in his third game if you include his 2 pitching appearances. On the mound, he's 0-1 with an 11.05 ERA. Has got 7 1/3 and did pitch once against these Mallards. That was his first start, in fact. As the 1-0 is going to miss inside from Hilton. It'll be Muir, Funkhauser, and Boost in the second. And fun fact for all of you listening out there who have been listening all season long, if you go back to the very first game played here at Warner Park, Travis Lutz, who is also one of the main arms for the Woodchucks in the first half, played first base in the season opener. So now Chase Muir, who is also a two-way guy, but more so a pitcher, is playing first base. So the Woodchucks started the season here at Warner Park with a pitcher playing first base. Now they're ending it with a pitcher playing first base. Of course, like I mentioned, both two-way guys, but kind of a funny fun fact. 3-0 to Muir is going to be a 4-pitch walk. So he does not swing his bat once in the 4-pitch CCs, and really no reason to. None of the pitches were really close to the strike zone. So that'll be the second walk allowed by, or the third walk rather already by Jake Hilton, who, like mentioned, did walk 6 in his 4 innings against Fond du Lac last time out. And coming to the plate now is Evan Funkhauser, who is 2 for 34 in 15 games played coming into today, but has an on-base percentage of .333. How does that work, you ask? Well, he's been walked 13 times. That's how that works. And he's already up in the count 1-0. Both hits have been singles. But he's also scored 6 runs, stolen 5 bases. And the only time he reached base last night was a walk. He was 0 for 3 as he swings through the 1-0 on the off-speed by Hilton. The native of Edwardsville, Illinois, soon to be Lindenwood University product, transferring from St. Charles Community College. That is 1-1 is going to be a fastball for strike 2, right down the middle by Hilton. Funkhauser. One, 2. Hilton goes off speed. It's put on the ground to Keenan Taylor, and the Mallards have turned a couple. That is a 5-4-3. That'll put outs number 1 and 2 on the board. As Taylor to Torres to McCann got the job done, and that will put 2 outs on the board for Jacob Boos, who's looking to avoid only being a third of 3 batters faced in the inning now for Jake Hilton. Boos, the UW-Stevens Point pointer, playing and starting his 10th game as a Woodchuck. He's at second base once again today. Has a 185 batting average, 5 hits, 4 RBIs, 10 walks, 3 runs scored, and a .421 on-base percentage. Was 0 for 4 last night. Hit a fielder's choice once as he swings through the inside off-speed. The native of Littleton, Colorado, who is playing his second time with the Woodchucks, was a late summer guy as well for Wausau, including playing in the playoffs. 10 total games played for Boost last summer with the Woodchucks. So once again, he'll be at 10 games this summer around. Last year, both his hits were doubles. Was 2 for 22 overall. 2-1. Boost takes it low and outside for ball 3. Three 1 counts. 3-1. Hilton Will miss low and outside. That is a 5-pitch walk, and that's the 4th one already thrown by Hilton, as Sean Brown is going to signal for a pitching change already. So Hilton goes 1 2/3. That's going to draw in a second pitcher already for Madison. This could definitely just be a little bullpen day, considering they will be playing a playoff game tomorrow. So we'll introduce a new pitcher when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
So after the 1 2/3 pitch by Jake Hilton, that brings into the game Justin Gross, who's coming in for the 3rd time as a Mallard. And an interesting decision to bring in a righty to face off against the left-handed batting Mike Adair. Justin Gross, 3rd time in, has not allowed a run or an earned run yet in 1 1/3 on the mound. Has only allowed 1 hit and has walked 3. 0-1 to Adair is fouled off. That'll be strike 2. Reminder, there are 2 outs in this inning. It was a double play put on the ground by Evan Funkhauser. So far in his 2 appearances for Gross, he has a 3 flat whip and a opposing batting average of 250 for the right-hander from Edgewood College in nearby Madison, as that one's going to hit Adair on an 0-2 count. And now runners will be on first and second with 2 outs after the walk to Booth, and now the hit by pitch to Adair. Gross, the native of Fitchburg, Wisconsin. Who did appear for his first time against Wausau. He went 2/3 of an inning in the 4-2 win. Walked a couple and 3 batters faced. As now Dwight Allen is back up. And he'll take a high fastball for ball 1. And the last time I was also 2/3 on the mound for Justin Gross. He allowed his 1 hit and then walked another. So 3rd time out and 2nd time against Wausau for Gross. 1-0 to Allen. Runners on first and second. That'll miss low and outside for ball 2. Last time the Woodchucks won here, the Mallards threw a combined 12 walks amongst the pitching staff. That was in the 14-6 win. 2-0. Fastball strike 1. To the Georgia Bulldog. Dwight Allen, who flew out to right field his first time up on a line. That was on an 0-2 count. Allen also in his 2nd summer now with the Woodchucks. 2-1. He's early to the off-speed pitch. If he's able to get on base, that would bring out Mike McGinnis, who already has a double in the game. As it is a 2-2 count now between Gross and Dwight Allen. He was out number 1 in the first after the leadoff walk to Adair. 2-2. Oh my goodness, that went over the head of Dwight Allen on a fastball. He had a duck underneath that one. Dwight Allen has already been hit in the head once this season with a fastball. Jeez. So that'll load the count full as each runner advanced. Boost now at third, Adair at second. And a payoff pitch coming to Dwight Allen. 3-2 from Gross. That one's going to miss low and outside as that one gets away from Melfi. Coming home as Boost, and the Woodchucks have their first run. He scores on a wild pitch. So now 2-1 Madison as the Woodchucks have runners on the corners for Mike McGinnis. Doubled to left center field his first time up. A really well hit baseball. Just barely missed his 5th home run of the season. Very interesting choice of beer batter here for the Mallards tonight. McGinnis, he does have strikeouts on the season, but he always likes being the beater because it gives him motivation. As off to second goes Allen. The Woodchucks are going to try a double steal. Adair's coming home as Allen was safe, and that double steal has tied the ball game. So the double steal scores the second run of the inning for Wausau, and there has not been a hit yet. 3 walks and a hit by pitch. As the Woodchucks still only have 1 hit on the board, and it was from this guy right here, Mike McGinnis, who has Dwight Allen now in scoring position. 0-1. Fastball, strike 1. Or 1-0, fastball, strike 1. There we go. That's better. You think in my 72nd game calling this baseball team, I'd know how to correctly call a count, right? 1-1. Misses way inside to McGinnis. Allen slides back to second on the throw over from Melfi. He's safe. As that was ball 2 to McGinnis. McGinnis, like mentioned, picked up his 7th double his last time up, 51st hit. As Allen's off to third, and McGinnis hits a towering fly ball into left field again. Going back at the warning track is Schrodel, and it's caught right in front of the wall. McGinnis has just barely missed 2 home runs in this game now. But one resulted in a double at least. And that will end the top of the second. But the Woodchucks answer, they score a couple. And we are tied at 2 apiece as Dominic Reed heads back out. And the Woodchucks back on defense when we return on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Leading off for the Mallards will be Kyle Schrodel here in the bottom of the second against Dominic Reed, who allowed a couple of runs off 2 hits. It was the 2 RBI single by Liam Moreno that gave Madison the original 2-0 lead, but Wausau has answered back those 2 runs. It was off 3 walks and a hit by pitch, as coming home initially on a wild pitch was Jacob Boos, and then a double steal scored Mike Adair. Ground ball put to third base and Blanchard by Schrodel, and Chase Muir will stay on the bag for out number 1. So Blanchard makes the play in time. Quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. That brings up the catcher David Melfi, who, fun fact, was the only Mallard to not reach base legitimately last night, but did pick up an RBI fielder's choice in the 9th. He was 0 for. That's a ground ball hit to Blanchard again. Great play by Blanchard, who makes a diving effort and throws it to Muir in time once again. Back-to-back quick 5-3 groundouts and a great play from the soon-to-be Chico State product. Ryan Blanchard has been playing some very good baseball lately on both sides of the ball. Big reason why the Woodchucks asked him to come back for the second part. I guess you call it the latter part of the summer. As now with 2 outs, that brings up Jake Hilton as Dominic Reed's looking for a 1-2-3. Or not Jake Hilton, my apologies. Jake Schaffner. The scoreboard in center field says Hilton, so instinctively I said Hilton. As he tried to put a bunt down on the 1-0 and instead fouls it off for strike 1. Schaffner was the first of 3 strikeouts in the inning for Reed. 1-1. Fastball is swung through. Reed is looking for a 1-2-3 as Schaffner, the North Dakota State Bison, or soon to be at least, is up for a second time. Schaffner, who is only playing his 3rd game as a Mallard. He's from Janesville, Wisconsin. 2-2 from Reed. That's put into left field. Adair's going back for it, and that is a home run for Schaffner. A push home run to the hitter-friendly left field area by Schaffner. And he puts Madison back in front. As the 3rd home run allowed in the last 3 appearances for Dominic Reed, as Schaffner picks up only his 2nd hit. At any other ballpark, that's probably a pop-out, but that is the most hitter-friendly left field area in the entire Northwoods League, I bet. Definitely not more hitter-friendly than the right field wall in Green Bay, but that puts Madison back on front 3-2. As Schaffner picks up his first RBI as well. That ball just kept going, too. Wind blowing out from right to left, so that definitely helped as well. As Matt Torres from Dickinson College is up once again. He singled his first time up with the first pitch he saw from Reed, who throws the 1-1 for strike 2 on a fastball. Like mentioned, Torres is only playing in his 4th game, came in batting 167, was 1 for 6 before his single in the first. And now has hits in back-to-back games played, if you will. 1-2 from Reed is fouled down the right field line and goes into a fan area down there. Count stays 1-2 to the Green Lawn, New York native Torres, who puts one in the air down the first base line this time and foul. That goes way more into the stands than the first one did. But he stays alive at 1-2 against Reed. Three to 2 Mallards, 2 outs, 1-2 count from Reed is swung and missed that. It's his 4th strikeout on a breaking ball. He gets Matt Torres, but he does allow a push home run helped by the wind to Schaffner, and that will give Madison a 3-2 lead into the 3rd here from Warner Park. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Jake Schaffner hits his first Mallard home run as Dominic Reed allows his third home run his last 3 outings. This time only being a solo shot. The past 2 were a grand slam and a 3-run home run by Brendan Bobo and Ty Johnson of Wisconsin Rapids, respectively. As Trent Van Ness is going to lead off the third against Justin Gross for Madison as he goes with the high off-speed pitch for ball 1 to Van Ness. Van Ness was walked his first time up, so still without an at-bat. Was one of 4 walks allowed by Jake Hilton. And overall is one of 5 walks allowed already. As he fouls off the 1-1. He'll be down 1-2, the native of Two Rivers, Wisconsin. First time playing in the Northwoods League this summer for Van Ness. The soon-to-be 5th-year senior at UW-Stevens Point. As that one misses inside and high for ball 2. Two. Gross, fastball, that's hit into left field. But it's not going to have enough as caught at the warning track once again by Kyle Schrodel. Trent Van Ness has a home run over that left field wall already here in Madison, but could not get another one. As he flies out to Schrodel for out number 1 here in the third. That's now back-to-back deep fly balls caught by Schrodel. McGinnis just missed a home run his last time out. Now Van Ness just missed one as well. It's a rather hitter-friendly ballpark here in Madison, like I was talking about. A lot easier to hit one out to left field than right field here. But tell it to Mark Schallenberger last time the Woodchucks played here. He made it look easy to right field. 1-0. That one is taken on the inner half for strike 1 to Ryan Blanchard. Blanchard flew out to right his first time up, but the ball was not hit deep enough to try and allow Mike Adair to tag up in the first inning. 1-1 from Gross is going to miss low and outside on a breaking ball. Ryan Blanchard, like mentioned, 6 hits in his last 6 games he's played in, so averaging a hit per game. 2-1, inside fastball, ball 3. Blanchard looking to reach base for the first time in the game. Like mentioned, he did come up with an on-base percentage of .463 as the 3-1 finds the strike zone. Caleb Kador, the umpire behind the plate tonight. The Woodchucks coming into this set with the Mallards finished 6-6 with Green Bay, 4-8 against Wisconsin Rapids, 7-5 against Fond du Lac, and 7-5 against Lakeshore. Payoff pitch to Blanchard is way high and inside for ball 4. That's now the 6th walk allowed by the Madison Mallards pitching staff, combined of Gross and Jake Hilton. And Blanchard walks for a 16th time now. Averages over a walk per game. As the Mallards do have another pitcher warming up in the pen. If my eyes don't deceive me, that looks to be Dalen Banks. I'm pretty sure they don't, as the Mallards have some pretty big numbers on their jerseys. Looks like that's number 20. Blanchard's off to second. That was a fastball that went over the head of McGann by Gross. That'll go as a stolen base as he was taken off early. But my goodness, that is the second fastball that has gotten away from Gross. That has nearly hit the head of a batter. Matt McGann was the only strikeout so far of a Woodchuck batter. The one strikeout thrown by Hilton. Blanchard at second as McGann takes inside and low fastball for ball 2. Two-0 now coming to the Woodchuck catcher as he puts one in the air. It's skied. It's going foul and will head into the stands right behind home plate. Ooh, I think that hit the back of a fan. Oh, geez. Hope that person's okay. Two-one count now coming to McGann. As that one is going to miss inside on a fastball by Gross. He's been all over the place so far. One ball away from a second walk allowed in this third inning now. Chase Muir on deck as McGann hits one down the left field line. That's going to go foul, but that ball was demolished. That stays fair. That is out of here as a home run for sure. McGann has pulled so many foul balls down the left field line that go foul. Still just has not been able to keep a home run fair yet. Payoff pitch now. And that one is going to be hit up the middle into center field. Coming home is going to be Blanchard. And that'll be an RBI single for Matt McGann. We're tied at 3. So Matt McGann picks up his 15th hit. And RBI number 4 as Sean Brown is going to make a pitching change. And Dalen Banks is going to be coming in for the Mallards. We'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. The Chucks have tied it up.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For 715-845-5055.
After 2/3 of work for Gross, who allows 1 hit, a couple of walks, no strikeouts, and has already allowed 2 runs to the Woodchucks, with his third being on first base right now. And Matt McGann now comes Dalen Banks, the product of Illinois Wesleyan in Normal, Illinois, who is on for the 4th time as a Mallard. He's 1-1 with a 16.88 ERA. A walks and hits per innings pitch rate of 3.38, an opposing batting average of 462. Has gone 2 2/3 in his 3 appearances, has allowed 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, has struck out 1, and has walked 3. As Chase Muir is batting for the 2nd time, we just saw him swing the bat for the first time this season. Quite literally. He did not swing once in his first at-bat, and then fouls off the 1-0 from Dalen Banks. Chase Muir, like mentioned, playing for his first time as an infielder and playing for the first time as a hitter. 1-1 is going to be fouled off once again for strike 2. Dalen Banks, the native of Springfield, Illinois, has Muir down 1-2. He last appeared also on August 6th against Fond du Lac. He picked up the win in that 10-4 win for the Mallards and picked up the loss against Wausau in the 14-6 loss. That was the first time he faced off against the Woodchucks. He allowed all 5 runs in that outing as he gets Chase Muir swinging on a breaking ball. Only the 2nd strikeout in 4 outings now for Banks. But like I was saying, he allowed 5 of the 7 runs to the Woodchucks in that 7th inning, or that 6th inning, where the Woodchucks put up 7 runs in the frame. Highlighted by Mark Schallenberger's final home run as a Woodchuck. That tied the game 6-6 at the time. The first of 3, or the 3 of the first 7 runs in that inning. As Evan Funkhauser fouls off the first pitch from Banks in the at-bat. Funkhauser grounded to a double play last time up, as that breaking ball is going to miss inside from Banks on a curveball. Last time against Fond du Lac in the win, he went 1 full, allowed 3 hits and 5 batters faced. That was it. 1-1. And that one's going to be hit up the middle by Funkhauser. He has his 3rd hit. Evan Funkhauser. There you go. That's the 2nd single of the inning for the Woodchucks, as Evan Funkhauser picks up his only his 3rd hit, and now his 36th at-bat that has been recorded this season. And Jacob Boos has runners on 1st and 2nd now in a righty-lefty matchup where the left-handed batter always has the advantage. For the most part, usually at least. 1-0 to Boos, who was walked his first time up. Boos has been seeing a lot of the 9-hole for the Woodchucks as Banks misses low with the fastball. Boos, like mentioned, playing in his 10th game, still looking for hit number 6. And hit number 6 right here could put the Woodchucks on top for the first time potentially. 2-0 misses, or finds the high outside corner for strike 1 from Banks on a fastball. Each team with 3 runs and 3 hits so far. The Woodchucks with an error as well. 2-1. Boos will foul it off for strike 2. Boos was the DH last night for the Woodchucks. Looking to try and propel his Woodchucks to a last game win as he'll foul off the 2-2 again. That's going to go into the stands along the 3rd base line. And that's a wiener. That's what they say here, at least in Madison, for every foul ball. 2-2. Boos will stay alive again on the same count. He's working it well, trying to put together a good at-bat to get the top of the order back up, and Mike Adair. Boost trying to work it against Banks here. 2-2 once again. That's going to be a punch out as Banks finds the outer half. He picks up a couple of strikeouts here for his 2 outs he picks up, and that will get us into the bottom of the third. But the Woodchucks tie it up once again thanks to Matt McGann's RBI single, and it's 3-3 here from Warner Park. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. It's time for the bottom of the third here from Warner Park as the Woodchucks are back out there on defense. Dominic Reed into inning number 3 of work. He'll face off against Alex Harrell to lead off the inning. He hits this one into left center, and Harrell's going to try for second. He'll have second easily, but they'll just make sure to not allow him to get to third. That's now back-to-back nights with a double for Alex Harrell. And I guess when I introduced him earlier, I didn't really sell him short because now he has 8 doubles. Like I mentioned, he came into tonight as one of the hottest hitters in the entire Northwoods League. Through 11 games, he's batting .450. That double was his only hit of last night's game, but he was 1 for 3. So it's not like that really hurt his batting average too much. It was .469 going into yesterday, but now at .450. As he is 1 hit away from his 20th already in now 12 games played. That definitely could come tonight. As Keenan Taylor is the batter. 0-1 from Dominic Reed. Fastball, strike 2, catches the outside corner. Taylor, his first time up, was hit by a pitch and then was left stranded at third base. And the error did not end up hurting the Woodchucks. It only just advanced Taylor from second to third at the time. 0-2 from Reed. And that one just misses low. Breaking ball from Reed. For ball 1, 1-2 count to Taylor. the third baseman for the Mallards. And that one is going to be popped up into shallow left field, and it's going to drop. That won't score Harrell, but it will be back-to-back hits to start off the inning for the Mallards as Taylor continues his hot hitting recently. Puts hit number 40 of the season on the board. And after being hitless last night, but did have an RBI, he finds himself back in the hit column. So I guess you could say it's 4 hits in the last 3 games. So now with runners on the corners, it's Canyon Brown. As that one's hit into center field, it's popped up. It's going to be caught by Boost. Tagging up from third and making it is Harrell. Harrell tags up on a pop-out. Then again, I was into center field, though, and Boost had to catch it running out into center field, so kind of makes sense. But that puts the Mallards on top 4-3 once again. So the Mallards have still yet to be held without a run in an inning. So Brown stays 0 for 1 off the sac fly RBI. And that'll bring up Liam Moreno, who singled his first time up. Put the first 2 runs on the board for Madison with this 2 RBI single. As McGann scoops one of the dirt. Getting a big lead at first was Keenan Taylor. But McGann checks over to Muir at first base. The tag not in time to try and put out Taylor on the base path. 1-0 to Moreno. And he'll foul that one down the right field line. And that's going to go into the stands. There is not much work. There is not much room to work with at all along these foul lines here at Madison Park, at Warner Park. Besides the dugout area for the Mallards, where there's a lot of room between the wall and the third base line. 1-1 count to Moreno. And that's going to be fouled, or swung at and missed at on an off-speed pitch by Reed. Fools him on the changeup. Moreno picked up his 16th hit his last time up in RBIs 12 and 13. After last night, where he also singled twice. And that one's put down the third base line, but just goes foul. Double play ball still in effect with 1 on the board. And the 1-2 again to Moreno. He's going to put it on the ground to Funkhauser. 6-4. I don't know what Funkhauser was doing. He just lobbed it into second base there. Throw it quickly so you can try and turn 2. So that'll be a fielder's choice for Moreno. That puts out Taylor at second base, but Funkhauser got a little lackadaisical on that throw. He would have had a chance to turn 2 without a doubt. But instead, that keeps the inning going for the Mallards as Chad McCann comes to the plate. He was punched out by Reed his first time up, his 3rd of 4 strikeouts so far. As he swings through the first pitch outside off speed. Reed already with more strikeouts than he had his last time he started against the Rafters, which was last Sunday. As that fastball misses low and outside. Reed only had 2 strikeouts in that outing, or 3 rather, and then struck out 2 his last time against Lakeshore. Still without a win under his belt is Reed. As McCann fouls off the inside fastball for strike 2. Gets ahead of it. Reed looking for out number 3 now in the bottom of the 3rd here. Already over an hour of game time played. It's been a long one so far. This game started at 6:05. Last time we had a 6:05 first pitch here at Madison, the game was 3 hours and 30 minutes long. 1-2. McCann puts it on the ground. It goes foul once again. So we'll try a 1-2 for a second time. Reed, the delivery will be popped into the infield, and it's right into the glove of Jacob Boos for out number 3. So a pop out will do it. McCann no over 2, but the Mallards retake the lead once again, and they lead it 4-3 into the middle 3 innings of this game. We'll be back for the 4th on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
It's the top of the order for the Woodchucks, who are due up here against Dalen Banks. In the 4th, Mike Adair looks to start it off as Wausau is hoping to score a run for the 3rd straight inning now, just like the Mallards already have. Adair is still without a record at bat. He's been walked and hit by a pitch and has scored 2 of the 3 runs so far. Or my apologies, has scored 1 of the 3 runs, was left stranded at third base in the 1st. Banks throws a first pitch outside on a fastball to Adair. The Dayton Flyer, who will end the season on a 24-game on-base streak. Very impressive stuff by Adair. It wasn't the longest on-base streak, though, this season, as Brady Jurgella, originally for Wausau, ended up with a 27 on-base streak, I want to say the number was. But still, regardless, very impressive stuff by Adair. As Banks finds the strike zone. For strike 2, 1-2 count now to Adair. The Dayton Flyer from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. That one missed just low and outside. Transferred to Dayton from Seminole State. After today, he's heading right back to Dayton. 2-2 is going to be hit down the left field line, but will tail foul. So Adair stays alive at 2-2 against Dalen Banks, who's doing his first full inning on the mound now. And Adair is going to hit this one down the right field line. It's going back toward the warning track, but will be into the glove of Alex Harrell for out number 1 here in the 4th. Adair hit a triple last night off the right field wall at Athletic Park. I personally thought he had a home run right away, but the ball did not clear that tall Athletic Park wall. There's still a little rhyme there. As Dwight Allen nearly gets hit in the head again. Oh, they're going to say he clipped his helmet. So they're going to say that ball clipped Dwight Allen's helmet as he nearly gets fully hit in the head for a second time in the game. But he will reach base off a non-hit for the second time. He stays 0 for 1. As that'll bring up Mike McGinnis once again. Mike McGinnis has 2 well-hit balls to left field. One was a double off the wall, and the other was caught quite literally at the wall by Schrodel last time up. McGinnis hit a couple out during BP today. As Banks has checked over to Dwight Allen at first base a couple of times now. A guy already has a stolen base on this, or in this game. He stole base number 8 already. He's getting a pretty big lead at first right now. And he gets checked back once again, but he's safe. Brandon Smith, the first base umpire, calls him safe. A ball has not been thrown to McGinnis yet. There's been 3 straight checks to first base by Banks. And there's the first pitch to McGinnis that hit him. Back-to-back hit by pitches by Dalen Banks. No arm warming up yet for the Mallards in their bullpen. As Trent Van Ness is going to come up once again for Wausau. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to Schrodel in left field last time. Nearly also hit a home run. As Van Ness and McGinnis have both hit really well hit fly balls to left field, but neither have escaped yet. I guess all 3 you could say haven't escaped yet because McGinnis has 2 well-hit balls in that direction, like I said, but luckily one did result in a double. As a double steal for the Woodchucks, Dwight Allen's off to third. He is going to be safe as Keenan Taylor dropped the ball at third. So no double play ball in effect as the double steal is on. McGinnis steals number 15 of the season. Allen picks up number 9, now has 2 in the game. And Trent Van Ness, with a hit, could tie the game or potentially give the Woodchucks the lead for the first time. 1-1 to Van Ness. Is going to be put on the ground. Dwight Allen's going to score, but because the double play ball is not in effect, the only play made is to first, and that'll be an RBI ground out for Trent Van Ness. The Woodchucks score a run at least for the 3rd straight inning, and we're tied at 4. As McGinnis stays put at second base. So Ryan Blanchard is up for a 3rd time. He's 0 for 1, was walked his last time up, as that is a blooper hit right back to Banks on the pitching mound, and he will make the play in time to Chad McCann at first to retire Blanchard as the Woodchucks do tie it once again, and they'll look to hold Madison to their first 0 when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Kyle Schroeder leads off the bottom of the fourth for the Madison Mallards. He grounded out to Ryan Blanchard his first time up. As last time Schroeder led off, Dominic Reed picked up 2 quick outs to start the inning as he'll throw a fastball for strike 1, the lower half to Schroeder. Schroeder hits this one down the left field line. It's fair. That's going back to the wall. Schroeder's going to be off to second. And that'll be another extra base hit for the Mallards. Back-to-back innings where a double leads off the frame for Madison. As Kyle Schroeder picks up his 3rd double and only his 8th hit. Now in his 14th game played, as that brings up to the plate David Melfi, who is now 0 for 6 in these 2 games in this couple. Let's try this again. Is 0 for 6 in the last 2 games now, these past couple of nights against the Woodchucks. And he takes fastball strike 1 from Reed. David Melfi, the catcher from Wagner College in New York. He's from Jackson, New Jersey. 0-1 from Reed is going to be swung and missed at. Reed has 4 strikeouts so far to this point. Melfi's playing his 23rd game, batting .179 coming in at least. 14 hits, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs, 10 walks, and 11 runs scored. 0-2 from Dominic Reed. And that is going to be popped up. McGann is watching it, but it's going to go into the stands. So Melfi stays alive at 0-2. And the 0-2 once again from Reed. And that'll be a ground ball to Blanchard. Nice scoop by the third baseman as that throw took Muir off the bag, but he is able to get right back on it. So that'll be a second straight 5-3 ground out for Melfi, but advancing to third on the throw was Kyle Schroeder. So Madison has another run that would give them the lead right back at third base. Dominic Reed has not put a 0 up on the board yet against Madison in this game. As Jake Schaffner is back up, and he hit the home run to left field in the second. As he swings through the first pitch off speed by Dominic Reed. It was a push home run to left field by Schaffner, which was only his 2nd hit now in his 3rd game played, and happened to be a home run for the recent high school senior. That one's going to miss just outside. One from Reed is going to miss low on another changeup. Jake Schaffner, like mentioned, will be going to North Dakota State as that one's a broken bat hit in the infield. That's to Jacob Boos off the leg of Dominic Reed. That came sharply at him. That's going to drive in a run, but it'll be out number 2. As Ross Davis, acting field manager and pitching coach, going to go out there and talk to Dominic Reed, make sure he's okay to keep going. That ball was sharply hit right back at him, and you can tell he's definitely a little bit of discomfort. But the Mallards do add a 5th run. As Dominic Reed definitely limping a tiny bit, but looks like he's going to try and keep going, so that's a great sign. But scoring from third was Schrodel. And being thrown out at first was Schaffner. So 2 outs on the board and bases empty for Matt Torres, who was the most recent strikeout picked up for Dominic Reed. He was struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. As the Mallards score a run now for the 4th straight inning, and they'll at least lead it 5-4 into the 5th. As the 0-1 misses outside to Torres, the second baseman today for Madison. 1-1 is going to clip the outer half for strike 2 on the off speed. He singled his first time up to Torres. That was his 2nd hit. Now playing in his 4th game as a Mallard. The product of Dickinson College. 2-2 from Reed as he looks for out number 3. And it won't be on that pitch. It's a low outside fastball. Count runs full to Matt Torres. And Reed will try the payoff. And that one's going to be fouled off. Try to pay off once again to Torres. Reed, delivery. That one's fouled off for a 2nd straight time. So the count will stay full, and it'll be a 3rd straight payoff pitch coming now. Three, 2 for a 3rd time is going to miss high and inside, and that'll be the 2nd walk allowed by Reed in the game. We do have the first arm getting loose in the pen now for Wausau. It looks like Richie Lassian is starting to warm up his right arm. Dominic Reed, like mentioned, his longest outing of the season was 5 1/3 against Kokomo. As Alex Harrell's back up once again. And he's 1 for 1 with that double as Reed goes off-speed high changeup. Harrell was the one runner to score in the 3rd. 1-0 as Reed will check back to first. Trying to pick off Matt Torres, but it is to no avail as Chase Muir didn't even lay the tag down. 1-0 to Harrell. Is going to miss low and outside, and advancing over to second is going to be Matt Torres on a wild pitch. 2-0 to Harrell. That one misses low for Reed as well. I would not be surprised if this is the last inning for Reed. As his pitch count is starting to get high. 3-0 to Harrell, who was the first walk in the game allowed by Reed. And he won't be the third just yet as Reed finds the strike zone. So now that count runs at 3-1. And that one's going to be put on the ground by Harrell to Funkhauser, and his throw will be in time to Chase Mirror, who makes a scoop. So Harrell grounds out, and that will do it for the bottom of the fourth. But Madison scores another run, and they lead it 5-4 into the fifth here from Warner Park. You're listening to the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Matt McGann leads off the top of the fifth against Dalen Banks, who is now the pitcher who's been out there the longest for Madison. As Matt McGann skies the first pitch he sees into center field, Liam Moreno is tracking it and has it for out number one. That is now the sixth out picked up by Banks. As Chase Muir is back up for Wausau, Banks finds the lower half of the strike zone with the fastball after the McGann fly out. That's now 3 straight innings that a flyout has started the inning for Wausau. As he goes curveball inside and low to Muir. Muir 0 for 1 was struck out last time, the only strikeout so far for Banks. And the 1-1, Muir is going to foul it off. Muir was a two-way guy this past year at University of Fort Lauderdale. But was mostly just a pitcher, as the 1-2 is going to be put down the third base line. It stayed fair, and a throw all the way across will not be made in time by Keenan Taylor, as not making the scoop at first was McCann. So that is going to be an infield single given to Chase Muir. And Wausau picks up hit number 4 on the night. The Woodchucks only had 4 hits all of yesterday. Now have their 4th already here on the top of the 5th. As to the plate comes Funkhauser, who puts one down the left field line. It stays fair as Muir is going to come home, and that is going to be a mistake. Off to third goes Funkhauser. Muir tried to score all the way from first, but the rally was made in time between Schrodel, Schaffner, and Melfi. But Funkhauser's at third. So Funkhauser now has 2 hits on the game. It'll be a double for Funkhauser where he advances to the third on the throw. As Wausau tried to tie the game up from Chase Muir, but they were not able to. This is a ball hit over to Schaffner by Boos, and that is going to be the second scoreless inning for Wausau after Boos grounds out. So Muir gets thrown out at home. Funkhauser's left at third, and Boos grounds out. And Madison will stay up 5-4 into the 5th as Dominic Reed will head back out to the pitching mound when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Dominic Reed is back out there for the Woodchucks as he will be starting off the bottom of the 5th against Keenan Taylor. As his first pitch splitter misses outside. Taylor is 1 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the first and then singled last time up, as that one's going to be hit in the air into left field. Mike McGinnis is watching it, and he'll have it for out number 1 on a flyout. So quick first out on a flyout by Keenan Taylor. That'll bring up Canyon Brown. As Reed is still looking to put up the first 0 for the Mallards on the board. They have scored at least 1 run in all 4 innings they have batted. Fastball hits the low outside corner for strike 1 to Brown. who was 0 for 1, picked up a sac fly in his last at-bat, even though it was caught by Jacob Boos. And now he's down 0-2 as he swings through the breaking ball by Reed on a slider. 0-2 with one out to Canyon Brown, as Reed will throw it inside on another breaking ball. And the 1-2 this time. Canyon Brown fouls off the breaking ball. Canyon Brown was 2 for 4 last time he played in the game, like we were talking about in his first at-bat. The All-Star picked up his second home run, and RBIs 24, 25, and 26 in that game. 1-2 for a second time is going to be fouled off once again by Brown. As we're going to have time called as a ball escaped into left field, so Mike McGinnis will have to deal with that. There is a big grass area in left field that a ball has escaped out of here at Warner Park. Kind of like a area you can just go sit down with a blanket. Call it the backyard here. As now 2-2 to Canyon Brown. It is going to be swung and missed at, so Reed picks up his first strikeout since the second inning, and that's number 5 now on the game for Reed. So now with 2 outs, he's looking for his first 1-2-3, and he'll be facing off against Liam Moreno, who is 1 for 2. Hit that 2 RBI single in the first, which was his 16th hit like we were talking about earlier. Liam Moreno now 3 hits in these past couple days as Dominic Reed hits him on a pitch on an inside fastball. So that will keep the inning alive. Dominic Reed does not pick up a 1-2-3. So Moreno has yet to be retired in this game now, as that'll bring up Chad McCann, who is 0 for 2. Struck out and a pop out for McCann. As first pitch from Reed is going to be a good one, and it's going to be fouled off on a fastball. That goes into the stands. And that'll be strike 1. McCann, the first baseman, once again for the Mallards, just like last night, 0-1, is going to be swung at on a breaking ball by Reed. So now it'll be an 0-2 count as he looks to strike out McCann for a second time, pick up a couple of strikeouts here in this inning. 0-2. It is swung and missed at, so he will strike out McCann for a second time. This time it's on only 3 strikes, and that is the first 0 put on the board tonight for Reed against the Mallards. Got to assume that's probably going to be it for Reed unless he's feeling fine into the bottom of the 6th, which he might. He has been a guy who has gone 5 1/3 so far already once this season. But Wausau finds himself down by a run into the 6th when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Top of the sixth inning here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Will Charlton here with you for one last time as the Woodchucks broadcaster. It's been a pleasure bringing you all these games this season. For those who have been listening this entire year, thank you very much. It means the world to me that my voice isn't just being heard by myself on my headset, that it's actually being heard by others, bringing you these radio calls on the road and all the calls I've done at home. And we'll get some thank yous once again at the end of this broadcast as Mike Adair leads off the sixth, and he'll hit one over the head of Kyle Schroeder, who just got lazy in left field. Kyle Schroeder thought that ball was coming right at him, and then the ball just carried over his head. You really can't give that an error because Schroeder never really made a play on the ball, but it went over his head, so that'll be a double for Mike Adair to lead off this inning. I'm really not too sure what Schroeder was doing there. He was just standing in left field, just waiting for the ball to come to him, I guess. So now with the leadoff man aboard second base and Mike McGinnis, Mike Adair, my goodness, jeez. Mike Adair at second base off his leadoff double. That brings up Dwight Allen, who is 0 for 1, was walked in the second and hit by a pitch the last time up. As Dalen Banks still out there for Madison. Donnie Scott willing to roll with him for a bit longer as his breaking ball misses just inside. It's Adair, Allen, McGinnis to start off the sixth here. Woodchucks going through the batting order for the fourth time, trying to tie this game back up at 5 with Adair already at second base, as that's going to be a high breaking ball taken for ball 2 by Dwight Allen. Dalen Banks has not gone more than a full inning on the mound yet this season, so this is already by far his longest. As Allen hits one in the air into deep left field, the Woodchucks have taken the lead. 2-run home run for Dwight Allen. He got all of that one. And the Chucks find themselves on top 6-5. What a blast by Dwight Allen, his first Northwoods League home run. And he said he was feeling one coming in these next couple of games yesterday. So he will end off with a home run this season, as Dwight Allen has given the Woodchucks their first lead of this ball game. And now it's Mike McGinnis coming to the plate. He's still 1 for 2 after his hit by pitch in the fourth. That's the second home run the Woodchucks have hit off Banks now. And the 1-0 to McGinnis. That one's put on the ground over to Schaffner. It's shortstop, and his throw will be made in time with a scoop by McCann. So that will be out number 1 here in the 6th as McGinnis down on the 6-3. Second 2-run inning for Wausau. As that'll bring up Trent Van Ness, who is 0 for 2, has flown out and ground out back-to-back at-bats, but did pick up an RBI his last time up. As Van Ness is late to the first pitch by Dalen Banks. Seemed like he didn't want to swing at first, but then kind of pulled a late trigger on it. 0-1. And that one's going to be over the head of Schaffner. That's heading into left center, and that is going to be a single with 1 out for Trent Van Ness. So he puts hit number 11 on the board, does the Stevens Point pointer, which will bring up Ryan Blanchard. Ryan Blanchard, also a guy who was with the Chucks on opening day here at Warner Park. Himself, Matt McGann, Mike Adair, and Mike McGinnis were all on the team here on opening day. McGinnis, the only guy who was gone the full summer, though, with the Woodchucks. Ryan Blanchard took a temporary stint away, as did McGann and Adair. As Banks misses high for ball 1 to Blanchard. 1-0 is going to be taken on the outer half for strike 1 on a fastball. The Mallards are now warming someone up in the pen, as that looks to be Cade Hansen, number 44 for Madison. And Blanchard will take another one on the outer half for strike 2. Pretty wide strike zone so far in this game by Caleb Cador. And the 1-2. Blanchard will take it high and inside. 2-2 count. Blanchard 0 for 2 with a walk. And he will just hold off on the breaking ball for ball 3, according to Brandon Smith at first base. Payoff pitch now coming to Blanchard. Banks. His payoff delivery is fouled off right underneath our press box here at Warner Park. So that'll load the count full still as Blanchard stays alive. Payoff pitch for a second time. That's going to be hit into right field by Blanchard, and it's heading for foul territory. It won't be caught by either of Matt Torres or Alex Harrell. Harrell kind of just gave up on it, whereas Torres was sprinting over there like a track star. Count stays full. We'll try the payoff for a third time. Trent Van Ness is off to second, and Ryan Blanchard will take a strikeout. But that'll be a stolen base for Van Ness. His 4th stolen base now, as Ryan Blanchard goes down looking. Second strikeout now for Banks. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Matt McGann, who is 1 for 3 with that RBI single in the 3rd. As he looks to deliver for Wausau once again. And that one misses outside from Banks. The Woodchucks will be leading into the bottom of the 6th. Just depends by how much. Richie Lucian really starting to warm up now. I have to wonder if he might be now coming into the game. 1-0. That's on the ground to Schaffner at shortstop by McGann. His throw in time to Chad McCann. So that'll be out number 3. But the Woodchucks, thanks to Dwight Allen's 2-run home run, have taken a 6-5 lead And they'll look to protect that into the latter part of this game as they're back out on defense when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Dominic Reed's day is done, but his Woodchucks have put him in a spot to potentially get a win if they can hold on to this one, as Richie Lycean is coming in for Wausau after Dominic Reed's 5 full on the mound. He allows 6 hits, 2 walks, strike out 6, but allows all 5 runs, and all were earned. As Richie Lycean's in for a 10th time as a Woodchuck has a 2-1 record with a 9.2 ERA, a 2.11 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. His 1-0 to the leadoff man, Kyle Schrodel's hit into right field, and that'll be caught by Trent Van Ness for out number 1 on a push flyout by the Mallard left fielder. So quick out number 1 forced by Lycean, who, like I was talking about, has 14 2/3 of work on the mound, has struck out 13, has allowed 21 hits, 15 runs all earned, has walked 10, and has an opposing batting average of .339. Last time out, he got a little roughed up, though, against the Lakeshore Chinooks. Went 1 2/3, only struck out a couple, and allowed 6 hits, 6 runs all earned, and walked 2. But last time against Madison, he was very solid. He went 3 full, allowed 3 hits and 1 walk, and that was it against Madison. So had a very good outing last time out against Madison. His season high in strikeouts is 4. They came against the Rockford Rivets in his 4 innings of work, which was his longest outing of the season back on July 21st. And the only time he did not strike out any batters, though, was last time he faced off against the Madison Mallards, as he forced a swing and miss by David Melfi on the 1-1. That was the first of his last 5 outings that he has not allowed any strikeout, or forced any strikeouts, I guess you would say, in the mind of a pitcher. 1-2 to Melfi. He's going to miss outside, low on a breaking ball. Slider from Lycean. Fastball, changeup, slider, splitter. Kind of the main 4 pitches for Richie Lycean, the native of Mokina, Illinois, the product of Lawrence University in Wisconsin, as Melfi rips one into left field. Mike McGinnis is back at the wall, and he'll make the grab at the warning track. So back-to-back flyouts forced by Lycean for outs number 1 and 2 here in the 6th, as the Woodchucks are 1 away from leading into the latter part of this baseball game. So now Jake Schaffner is going to be up. Schaffner 1 for 3 with that home run in the second. And the first pitch from the right-handed throwing Lucien is outside for ball 1. Second time Lucien's pitching here at Warner Park. Second time against the Mallards overall as well. 1-0 to Schaffner. The leadoff man tonight for Madison will be taking on a fastball for strike 1. Lucien, the 6'2" right-hander. And the 1-1's going to miss inside on a breaking ball. And this season finale for Wausau. 2-1 is going to be taken inside and low by Schaffner. The Mallards, this game does not really mean anything to them at all, besides maybe just going in with a winning mentality after a sweep of Wausau these past couple of days. Whereas the Woodchucks are looking to pick up one more win to finish off the season as Schaffner fouls off the 3-1. And now the payoff from Lucien. That is going to be hit into center field. Left center, and coming up to make the grab all the way from center. That one started tailing off all the way to left field, and Mike McGinnis is like, hey, man, let me get that one. But Dwight Allen makes the grab, and 3 straight flyouts gives the Woodchucks their first 1-2-3 on defense. So Lucien will hold Wausau with the lead into the 7th here from Warner Park. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Donnie Scott has turned to his bullpen for a 4th time now in the game as Cade Hansen comes in after 3 2/3 of work from Dalen Banks. Hansen coming in for the 5th time as a Mallard has a 0 flat ERA, has not allowed a run or an earned run yet, and 6 1/3 on the mound, has allowed 5 hits, has walked a couple and struck out 2, has a batting average against of 238 and a walks and hits per innings pitch rate of 1.11 as he first faces off against Chase Muir here in the top of the 7th inning. Wausau up 6-5, back-to-back zeros on the board for Madison these last couple of innings. As Muir is down 0-2, picked up a single His last time up, an infield single. He is now 1 for 2 as the product of UW Whitewater. Cade Hansen misses outside to Muir. 1-2. Muir's going to take it low once again on an off-speed pitch. And now the 2-2 after a couple of straight balls thrown by Cade Hansen. Muir puts it on the ground down the first base line. It's into the glove of McCann, but they're not going to make the play in time. McCann fumbled the ball at first base after trying to play it cleanly. But it does not work out as Cade Hansen was late to cover the bag and Chase Muir beats it out. That'll be the first error on the board for the Mallards. And it goes against Chad McCann at first base. So now comes to the plate Evan Funkhauser, who is 2 for 3 in the game, has his third and fourth hits already. Last time up, it was a double. And he takes ball one outside. He came in 2 for 34 to this game today from the plate in his 15 games played. And now has 2 hits alone in this game tonight. 2-0 from Hansen is going to miss low and outside for ball 3. So Wausau is looking to get a little run production working here on the top of the 7th. As Funkhauser 1 ball away from reaching base for a third time in the game now. 3-0. That'll be taken on the outer half, just barely for strike 1 on a fastball by Cade Hansen. The recent freshman from UW Whitewater by way of New Braunfels, Texas. 3-1. That one's hit down the right field line by Funkhauser, but will go foul. Last time out for Hansen was against the Green Bay Rockers in a 13-0 win for Madison. Went 3 1/3, allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And then also pitched once against Wausau. He came in the 4-2 win for Madison. Not last Friday, but a Friday prior, as that one's down the first base line by Funkhauser, will just go foul. Chase Muir was stealing second base, and that time he could have possibly scored if that one stayed fair. As Funkhauser put one down the third base line last time, got stuck in the well of the Mallards bullpen for a second before Kyle Schroeder from left field came all the way over to grab it initially. And now the payoff to Funkhauser once again. Chase Muir is going to be checked at first base. But McCann does not even lay the tag down. In 4 batters faced the first time on the mound against the Woodchucks for Hansen. He just allowed 1 hit. That was it in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Before Donnie Scott was like, yep, I've seen enough out of you for this time. Dalen Banks by far his longest outing of the season before being pulled to start this frame. As Muir's going to be checked at third or first once again. Funkhauser just hanging out at home waiting for a pitch. Now the payoff. That one's going to hit the outer half of the strike zone, and Funkhauser will be punched out. First strikeout against the Woodchucks, just in general this season for Cade Hansen. And that'll be out number 1 here in the 7th. As that'll bring up Jacob Boos, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Boos has struck out and ground out his last 2 bats respectively. This one is flown into left field, and that one nearly went over the head of Kyle Schroeder again. My goodness, Kyle Schroeder is kind of struggling seeing these baseballs tonight, but this time he does make the play on it. Made it look a lot harder than it needed to be, though, I'll tell you that much. As now with 2 outs, it'll be Mike Adair on the top of the order coming up for the Woodchucks. Mike Adair up for the 5th time of the game now. And is 1 for 2. Has reached base 3 times. He puts the first pitch he sees on the ground, and doing the work by himself will be Jake Schaffner, who steps on second himself to get the force out of Chase Muir. So that'll do it for the top of the 7th. Time to stretch out everyone's legs here at Warner Park. Wausau's up 6-5, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 7th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Richie Lucian enters his 2nd inning on the mound, as Wausau still leads at 6-5 here at Warner Park. We got a good one for you in this season finale here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Nothing better than I would love to go out on than a great baseball game. As Wausau is hoping to win their 7th game after the 9-game losing streak. And Lucian has Torres down 0-2. The Woodchucks 2 Thursdays ago now broke their 9-game losing streak here in Madison. As calling time is Caleb Kador. As the Woodchucks did not make a defensive adjustment, so not too sure what the timeout was called for, as that one's hit down the first base line, but goes near the Woodchucks dugout. It was Torres calling a timeout. That's what it was. 0-2 from Lucian for a 2nd time now is going to be swung and missed at by Torres. So Richie Lucian has come in and forced 4 outs right away. First strikeout now in the outing for Lucian. As that'll bring up Alex Harrell. And now if you go back to the 4th, the last out of the 4th for Madison on offense, the Woodchucks have only allowed 1 base runner since. It was a hit by pitch to Moreno by Dominic Reed. That's 8 of the last 9 batters retired. Actually, my apologies, that was the 5th when Moreno reached base. So if you go back to the last out in the 5th, that is now 5 straight retired batters. Jeez, I can't do math. That's why I'm a sports broadcaster. 1-1. That one misses outside to Harrell. who is 1 for 2, doubled in the third, and then scored the 4th run for Madison. Grounded out to Funkhauser his last time up. 2-1 from Lycian is going to be a strike. Catches the outer half on an off-speed pitch. Two now, as Lycian looks for a 5th straight batter retired since coming into the game. And that's going to miss just inside. Harrell had to kind of duck his shoulder away from the ball to avoid being hit. That'll load the count full. Payoff pitch. That's going to miss outside. Harrell's going to be walked for the 2nd time. So that'll be the first base runner that Lycian allows in the outing. Harrell's on base now for the 3rd time. He stays 1 for 2. And that'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Keenan Taylor, also 1 for 2, was walked in his first at-bat and singled in his second at-bat. Similar to Harrell, who, although doubled in the second at-bat, but followed the same, I guess you could say, script of walk then hit. And then out, as Taylor flew out in his last at-bat. So if the script stays the same, he'll be walked here. 1-0 from Lycian is going to be swung at. It'll go into the stands for strike 1. Oh, a fan dropped the ball. That's tragic. He had it right in his hands, just couldn't hold on to it. Got to make that play, fan. Come on now. 1-1. That's going to be popped foul again, and it's going to head into the stands right behind home plate, or off the top of the grandstand, actually. And probably rolled back behind, I guess, the general concourse area, you'd call it back there. One, two, as Lycian looks for out number 2 against Keenan Taylor. His pitch is going to be hit into right center, but Dwight Allen, did he make the grab? He did! Unbelievable. What a play from Dwight Allen. Diving grab in right center field to Rob Taylor. Put him on SportsCenter. My goodness. That was an incredible catch by Dwight Allen. If only this game was on TV on my call so you could see how incredible that catch was. That's out number 2 here. In the bottom of the 7th, as coming to the plate now is Canyon Brown, who is 0 for 3, or 0 for 2 rather, with an RBI. First pitch from Lycian's going to miss outside on an off-speed. Looks like Brock Turkington is warming up in the pen now for the Woodchucks. 1-0 is going to be taken high on a fastball from Lycian. Brown up in the count 2-0 from a batter's perspective. Has been struck out twice. Was 2 of 6 for Dominic Reed. As ball 3 is going to be picked up on a high fastball. So another counts 3-0 to Brown. Lycian already walked Harrell earlier in the inning. As the 3-0 is going to miss high and inside. So that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Canyon Brown, who reaches base for the first time. And now the tying run for Madison is at second base and Alex Harrell. As Ross Davis is going to head out to the pitching mound to talk it over with Richie. Little infield congregation as Lycian is hoping just to get through this bottom of the 7th to keep Wausau up 6-5 into the 8th. But Brock Turkington is readily getting warmed up, it looks like. So now it'll be Liam Moreno, who has not been retired yet. He's 1 for 2, though, as he does have a fielder's choice. As Lycian goes with a breaking ball for strike 1. To Moreno, who singled in his first at-bat, scored the first couple of runs for Madison off that single. And the 0-1 from Lycian is going to be taken outside on a slider. So now 1-1 count. Lycian, the pitch will be a good one. That one is blooped into center field, and it will go into drop. Coming home is going to be Harrell. That's a good throw to the plate, but McGann does not have the ball. Going to third and sliding in there safely is going to be Canyon Brown, and that is going to be an RBI for Liam Moreno. He now has 3 on the game. He has tied the game up at 6 off his RBI single where he gets to second base off the throw. Madison has their first run since the 4th. And runners are on second and third for Chad McCann. Liam Moreno has 4 hits now in this set. That is a great sign for the Mallards, who will be getting playoff play tomorrow. As that wild pitch gets away from McGann, that's going to drive in a leading run for Madison. Canyon Brown comes home on a wild pitch. 2 spot by the Mallards here in the bottom of the 7th, as now Lycian is in line for a loss. And Moreno all of a sudden ends up at third base. 1-0 count to Chad McCann, as Lycian's just hoping to get Wausau into the 8th, only down by a run now. Two-0 count to McCann, with Moreno 90 feet away from putting the Mallards up 8-6. That's going to miss high and inside. My thought is that if Lycian cannot get out McCann here, Ross Davis is going to bring in Brock Turkington. 3-0 to McCann. Ball 4. High fastball. And Ross Davis is staying in the dugout for now, so it looks like he's going to let Lycian keep working. But that puts runners on the corners for Kyle Schrodel. Schrodel doubled in the 4th, but is 0 for 2 besides, as Lycian is just missing all over the place now. A ground out and a fly out for Schrodel. And the 1-0 is going to be taken high once again. Two out of Schrodel. Ball 3. Three-0 count to Schrodel, as Lycian is feeling some pressure on the mound. Does he have the green light? He does. I kind of thought that was a situation where he would. And Schroedel misses on the fastball. He wanted all of that thing. 3-1. Lycian will throw high for ball 4. That loads the bases. And now I think Ross Davis has seen enough. Yes, he has. He is going to single to the bullpen. Richie Lycian is done after an inning and 2/3. And into the game comes Brock Turkington. We'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Richie Lycian comes out of the game after allowing all 3 base runners on right now. And at least the first 2 of these runs the Mallards have scored. Brock Turkington comes into a bases-loaded situation facing off against David Melfi here. As Lycian walks 3 in the 7th and allows that single to Moreno. Walks 4, rather. After going 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. As Brock Turkington's in for the 11th time as a Woodchuck, he has a 1-0 record of 3.71 ERA, 1.65 WHIP, 17 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 21 hits, 7 runs all earned, 7 walks, and a 328 opposing batting average. His 1-1 misses low and outside to Melfi. Melfi's 0 for 3. Brock Turkington, the product of Ripon College in Ripon, Wisconsin, by way of Baraboo, Wisconsin. 2-1 to Melfi is going to be taken on the low inside corner for strike 2 on a fastball. Turkington been one of the more reliable second half arms out of the bullpen for the Woodchucks. And now the 2-2 to Melfi. He nearly decides to pull the trigger on the low outside fastball. Now a payoff pitch coming from Turkington to Melfi. Melfi has not reached base legitimately yet in this 2-game set. Payoff pitch is going to be swung and missed at. Turkington picks up a ginormous strikeout of Melfi, and he is now 0 for 4. That'll do it for the 7th. The Mallards score a couple, though, and retake the lead 7-6. The Woodchucks back up to bat to see if they can retake the lead themselves when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Two, three, four for the Chucks here in the 8th. As last time he came to bat, Dwight Allen hit a home run. This time it's a flyout off the first pitch he sees from Cade Hansen into the glove of Liam Moreno in center field. So Allen gets aggressive early. It does not pay off for him. And that is a very quick first out thrown by the right-handed Cade Hansen. As that'll bring up Mike McGinnis. McGinnis, 1 for 3, doubled in his first at bat. This one is a line drive into right field, and it will be into the glove of Alex Harrell. So that's 2 pitches and 2 flyouts forced by Cade Hansen here in the 8th. As Dwight Allen and Mike McGinnis have wanted to get very aggressive right away. So now with 2 outs and only 2 pitches thrown by Hansen in this inning, Trent Van Ness comes to the plate. And he does not get aggressive really. He takes a fastball on the low inside corner for strike 1. Van Ness singled last time up. And the 0-1 is going to be outside on a fastball from Hansen. DW Whitewater product. As the 1-1 will be early to the breaking ball by Van Ness. Van Ness wanted all of that one. As now to be a 1-2 count. And Van Ness is going to strike out. That is a very fast 1-2-3 inning for Cade Hansen on the mound. And the Mallards will for sure only need 3 more outs to win this game and go into the playoffs on a little bit of a winning streak, where the Woodchucks could possibly be on defense for the last time this season when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Bottom of the 8th inning, this could be the last time we see the Woodchucks on defense this season, as Brock Turkington will first be facing off against the top of the order and Jake Schaffner, who has been put out his last couple of times. He is 1 for 4 with that solo home run to left field in the second inning, as Wausau looking to get into the ninth, only down by a run against these Mallards, who for back-to-back nights now have 7 runs. They won 7-2 last night, spoiling the season finale at Athletic Park. The Woodchucks finished losing their last 2 games at Athletic Park, as Turkington finds the strike zone on the 2-1 to Schaffner. That's now a 2-2 count. Turkington delivers a fastball. It's fouled off by Schaffner. So now the 2-2. For a second time is going to miss high on a curveball by Brock Turkington. And now the payoff pitch to Schaffner. Turkington will throw a pitch, a fastball that clips the outer half of the strike zone. That'll be a second straight strikeout picked up by Turkington. It's a punch out of Schaffner. So that'll bring out Matt Torres with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Wausau's warming up Tyler Mayfield in the pen. If he comes to the pitch, that'd be the 4th time in 5 nights he pitches. Matt Torres puts one on the ground to Funkhauser at shortstop, and that will be out number 2 pretty quickly here in the bottom of the 8th. So now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Alex Harrell, who has only been retired once in the game. He's been walked twice and has hit a double, as well as scored 3 runs. Every time he's been on base, he has scored. As that one is going to be over the head of Boose into right center field. Harrell's going to go for second, and he's going to have it because Dwight Allen fumbled the ball in center field. That's the second double of the game for Alex Harrell. So now, since he's on base, that more likely means he's going to score just based off the fact that he has scored every time he's been on base. Although, so the first time he's been on base with 2 outs, so we'll see if that actually holds true. Alex Harrell has 2 doubles now in the game. And his hot hitting just continues. That's 20 hits now on the season for Harrell. As the Woodchucks are, in fact, going to make a change. Tyler Mayfield's coming in for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Then we'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Tyler Mayfield, the submarine-style throwing right-hander, is out there for a 4th time in the last 5 games. As he's making now his 11th appearance with an 0-1 record, 2 saves, a 2.84 ERA, a 1.26 walks and hits per innings pitch rate, and 12 2/3 on the mound. He has struck out 11, has allowed 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, and has walked 8. Last night against Madison was the last pitcher of the game for the Woodchucks. Came in for 1 full inning, allowed his first run since his season debut against Green Bay. As that one's hit into right field by Keenan Taylor, and it is a fly out into the glove of Trent Van Ness. So that will retire the side here in the 8th, and the Woodchucks have 3 more outs to work with on offense for the rest of the season. They are down by a run, and they'll be starting off with Ryan Blanchard on the top of the 9th to see if they can make a little bit of a comeback to try and finish the season 500. We'll see if they're able to do so for the potential last half inning of Woodchucks baseball here this season when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
It's time for the top of the 9th inning, as the Woodchucks could potentially be down to their final 3 outs of the summer. They trail by 1 run against Madison here, 7-6, as Ryan Blanchard is going to start off the inning with a single. So Blanchard will put the tying run aboard for the Chucks. So he reaches base for a second time. That is now a 7th hit in the last 7 games for Blanchard. And he starts in the best way possible for Wausau, getting on base. Hit number 9 for Blanchard will bring up Matt McGann. Ryan Blanchard also already has a stolen base in the game, as Cade Hansen is looking to come in and get a win, which would be Hansen's first decision in his 5th appearance. As the 0-1, still waiting on that to Matt McGann. He checks over to Chad McCann at first base, holding on Ryan Blanchard. That's always fun to say. McGann and McCann. 0-1, outside breaking ball that Ryan Blanchard does not go to second on. Got away from Melfi behind the plate, but was able to take his time as Blanchard decided to stay put right where he's at first base. 1-1 count to McGann, who is 1 for 4 in the game. RBI single back in the 3rd. Blanchard, McGann, mirror at least for Wausau, as McGann rips this one down into left field. That'll be back-to-back singles to start off the top of the 9th for the Woodchucks, and McGann has a second hit. Hold on here, might have something working. Can the Woodchucks put together one last final inning to potentially force a bottom of the 9th to see if maybe, just maybe, they can find a way to come back in this game and win this final game of the season, sending Madison into the playoffs on a losing note. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Chucks. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Ducks. Chase Muir is up once again, and he is 1 for 3 with a walk and a reach on air. The only time he's been retired was a strikeout. 0-1 from Cade Hansen. And Muir will take a fastball for strike 2. On deck is Evan Funkhauser. And the 0-2 to Muir. He swings at it. It's in the air. It's going into right field. And making the grab is Alex Harrell for out number 1. 2 more outs to work with for the Chucks as Evan Funkhauser comes to the plate. The Chucks looking to avoid losing 5 of 6 to the Mallards in the second half. It would be an exact opposite of what happened in the first half. The Chucks went 5-1 against Madison in the first half of the season, and now Madison is 2 outs away from completely flipping that script and going 5-1 against Wausau here in the second half. Strike 1 into Funkhauser from Hansen. 0-1 is going to be taken on the outer half for strike 2 by Funkhauser. He is now down 0-2 in the count. One out. Evan Funkhauser trying to keep the inning going for the Chucks. Double steal is on. Blanchard's off to third, and he'll be in safely. So the tying run is 90 feet away. Deciding not to steal second was McGann. As I would not be shocked if Wausau tries a double steal now. If you're Funkhauser, you really do not want to put one on the ground here. 1-2 from Hansen. And it is fouled off on an off-speed pitch. 1-2 again to the Lindenwood Lion, Evan Funkhauser, who has Ryan Blanchard 90 feet away. 1-2 is swung and missed that. That is strike number 2. Or out number 2, rather, and Wausau is down to potentially the last out of the season. As Donnie Scott is going to head out to the pitching mound and talk things over with Cade Hansen, who has Jacob Boos coming to the plate. Jacob Boos needs a hit to tie the game and potentially force a bottom of the ninth, maybe extra innings. For sure force a bottom of the ninth, I should say potentially extra innings. And then Mike Adair in the top of the order is due up after Boos. So now, with runners on the corners, 2 outs on the board. Jacob Boos is stepping to the plate. This could potentially be it for Wausau this season. Cade Hansen, first pitch to Boos. He does not swing. That'll be ball 1, an inside pitch. 1-0 count to Boos. Comes into this at bat 0 for 3 with a walk. Last time up, he flew out to left field. And Kyle Schrodel, 1-0. Fastball, strike 1. 1-1 count now to Boos. As Madison trying to go into the playoffs on a sweep and a 3-game win streak. 1-1 to Boos. That one's going to be taken outside. Blanchard gets checked back at third base, and he is safe. That was close. Ryan Blanchard did steal home against Lakeshore in a triple steal in Wausau's last win on Wednesday night of 8-7. 2-1 now to Boos, with McGann at first still. Boos takes inside for ball 3. If you're the Woodchucks, you really do want Mike Adair to come back up to the plate. 3-1 to Boos, who can load the bases with one more ball. Hansen, 3-1, is fouled off by Boos on what could have possibly been ball 4. Count is full with 2 outs on the board. Regular season finale for Madison and the finale in general for the Chucks. Payoff pitch, 2 outs on the board. Hansen delivers, and it's taken outside for ball 4 by Jacob Boos. Hold the phone. The bases are loaded for Mike Adair with 2 outs on the board. Wausau needs a hit to tie the game and potentially maybe even take the lead. So 2 singles by Blanchard and McGann. Now a walk to Boos brings back up Mike Adair. Mike Adair does have a double in the game. And is 1 for 3. Was hit by a pitch in the second and walked in the first. As Hansen steps off the mound for a disengagement. First pitch to Adair is swung at down the left field line. Adair gets aggressive early on, as he usually does in at-bats. 0-1 to Adair. Adair will take ball 1 outside and high from Hansen on a fastball. One. Cade Hansen delivers. Adair takes outside for ball 2. A walk would draw in the tying run. The Mallards had not allowed a walk in a while. 2-1. Adair into center field on a line, and it will be caught by Liam Moreno, and that will be the ball game. Madison wins it 7-6. And that is how the season is going to end for Wausau. Finishes on a 3-game losing streak, and they will overall finish 35-37. And this 30th season of Woodchucks baseball has come to a close. They split the season series with the Mallards and lose in the second half 5-1 to Madison. And that is all she wrote for this summer season of Woodchucks baseball. Well, it has been an absolute honor to be able to bring you all 72 games of Wausau Woodchucks baseball this summer, whether on the Northwoods League Network or here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. And just like last night, I do want to give up some thank yous once again. Thank you to owner Mark McDonald, president and general manager Ryan Troy, and creative services manager Ryan Malone for hiring this University of Illinois student to announce all 72 games of Woodchucks baseball this summer. I was just looking for a great way to spend my summer and be able to do what I love, and this has been all I could have asked for and more. So a tremendous thank you to those three for believing in me to be able to announce every game effectively, and so that they could know that they would be able to put on a good show every night. And then to my fellow video production interns back in Wausau, Rudy Palawal, Chase Kamoshina, and Colin Sadinsky, just thank you for always putting on the stream for me, being able to allow me to announce on a platform every night at home. I would not be able to announce any of the home games without them, so what they did for me this past season will always be appreciated, because the work of production crews goes unnoticed far too often. But that pretty much brings me to one last goodbye on the season. And for one last time, once again, my name is Will Charlton, and it has been an honor being your broadcaster this season. Get ready for 2024 when the Chucks return for their 31st season of baseball at Athletic Park. And have a good rest of your Saturday night and a good rest of your summer. Thank you all for listening this entire season, and so long.